So hello everyone. Here today in this video, we are going to discuss about five mental model or principle or scientific principle which is very useful for college students or school students or university students. So if you are in any stage of life, you also need to watch this, even if you are not a student, because these are the principles which you will be using in your work, okay, in your day-to-day life to improve your efficiency and increase your productivity. So watch this video till the end. So what are these principles and how you can use it to improve your productivity and efficiency in your life? I will also give you idea about it. So number one principle is first principle thinking. This principle of thinking was popularized by Mr. Elon Musk, a SpaceX founder. So he suggests to use this principle to break down any kind of complex problems and solve it and understand it clearly with the fundamentals understanding. So what does this first principle thinking means? So if you are encountering or you are trying to solve any kind of problem, let's suppose the example used by Elon Musk. So during the time when he wanted to buy, a rocket from Russia, the cost of one rocket was around $8 million. So it was so costly for him to send one rocket to space. Then again we have to send what next rocket to space. So one and one. In order to send every rocket to space, he has to spend how much? $8 million. So he thought that why I should not make the rocket by myself, and he tried to figure out the what are the different cost or different components which rockets are made of, and he tried to calculate separately the price of each material, and the cost was so less, only 2% than of the actual product. So he used all of this method in also during the making of practice for Tesla products. And now you can also use in your field to organize and analyze any kind of complex problem and break it down into simple form and into fundamental parts, and then dedicate and then connect and then combine, and then you find the solution with the exact answer. So number two thinking is second order thinking. So this thinking model is also called as a Cobra effect. So why does this Cobra effect or second order thinking model means? So second order thinking model means whenever we are applying any kind of solution to any problem, we have to think about its effect, next effect also. So this effect is also called as Cobra effect. First of all, let me tell you why it is called as a Cobra effect. So during the rule of British government in India, okay, British government encountered that the problem of cobra was increasing so heavily in India. So British government allowed people to kill the cobra and send to them for the river. But instead of this was all happening one by one, the cobra was almost finished in that area or place in India. Particularly started to grow cobra in their home, and in order to get reward, they try to increase the birth rate of cobra in that area so they can get reward from the British government. Okay, and this finally increased more problem of cobras in India. So British government finally understood that they should have not done this one, and they finally stopped the reward system for this cobra killing process. So you can also use in your problem, whenever you are encountering any type of solution to the problem, try to think or imagine about the next effect which it can create, okay, in your life. Suppose if you are feeling lazy to do any kind of project work for your job and you don't want to do, but your boss has given you a deadline that you have to complete up to this date, and if you don't complete, what will happen? Actually, you have to also think about that. So if the boss is in super frustrated zone or angry mode or so little space with time, what will your boss do? Your boss will either scold you or even can fire you from your job. So if your job is gone, what will happen to you? You will be jobless and you will encounter difficulties in paying your rent bills, electricity bill, phone bills, or everything. So this will be the called as second order thinking. Now number three is diminishing marginal returns thinking. So what does this actually mean? This means that whenever the we increase any kind of work or any kind of thing, the output increasing rate, but after a certain point the output starts to decrease. Okay, the output increases but at a slow rate. Okay, this starts to decrease. So you can also take the example of your study. So when you try to study for 6 or 7, suppose your daily routine is to study for 8 hours a day, and you started to think that I should study continuously for 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. So in one day or 2 days you might be able to do so, but long term you won't be able to do so. So what will be effect? Suppose if you make today plan that I will be studying for 16 hours a day from today, and you make your whole study routine, everything, and then you start to sit on your table and you keep on studying for 16 hours. So 1 or 2 days you might be effective, but in the next third day, what will happen to you? Your productivity loses. Okay, you'll be completely tired. You will be completely, your brain will lack of energy, and you will be completely distracted. You will be lack of focus, and the amount of information that you input into your brain won't be digested, and you'll be thrown. All the information will be thrown out from your brain, and you will not be effective. Even as of you are studying 8 hours by taking a simple break. So studying for 8 hours by taking a break every 30 minutes or 1 hour is more effective than studying for 16 hours continuously. Okay, so this principle of thinking can be called as diminishing marginal returns thinking. Number 4 is Pareto principle thinking. So what does this mean? So if you are a student, this is going to be very important. So you might have a lot of syllabus, you have a lot of chapters, you might have a lot of topics to be covered up for your examination. Or if you are a working person, you might have a lot of work to do so, you might have a lot of project to do so. So first of all, you can focus on most important topic, on most important chapter, on most important project. Okay, so 80-20 principle simply means that if you focus on 20% most important thing, that will give you 80% result. So first of all, think or organize all those 20 topics or all those 20 chapters or all those 20 projects, and then focus just upon them, and they will give you 80% result. Okay, and after getting that, or after covering all those 20% chapter, you can then focus on other chapter if you get time. But if you don't, oh my god, you have already covered the 80% of your syllabus. Simply it means. Okay, so this is going to be very advantageous for the college student. Number 5 is Parkinson's law. So what does this Parkinson's law mean? Parkinson's law simply means that if you are working on any kind of project, you simply need to fix the time or deadline before you start working upon any kind of project. Or if you are a student, you need to set the deadline that I'm going to study this for 1 hour, and I have to finish the chapter for within a 1 hour. And if you can do that, then you'll be mentally too much focused than before. So if you have taken a book and you keep on studying and studying, so you might be lost in your study, but you want to be much more effective. Like if you set the deadline, and you'll be wasting more time in studying if you want to fix the time. So when you sit in your table to study, try to set your alarm, or you can set the clock. Oh, I'm going to study for 45 minutes, or I'm going to study this chapter for 40 minutes. And after taking that break, I will be, if I feel I have not covered the chapter, then I will again study for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. So this will be much more effective than getting into a topic and studying for 3 hours, 4 hours. You will be wasting more time, and it is not going to be more effective like this. So use the Parkinson's law in your life and get more effective and productive. So thanks for watching this video, and keep on subscribing our channel Spark Bros for more videos.